Okay, so this is a stack of books we're working with a comic book haul today. Nice little, nice little stack going on. All right, so do me a favor. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're into comic book hauls, subscribe. But most importantly, let me know. Put a comment. Let me know what is the favorite book out of this stack. All right, let me know what you enjoyed the most. Hope you learned something. Let's get into the intro. Let's get into the haul, and let's have a good time. All right, shoots. All right, I felt it was time to just get off my lazy butt and finally make this haul happen. I've had so many books and I just was straight up lazy. So hopefully I got the information correct. Hello YouTubers, Doom143. I hope you enjoy this comic book haul. And yeah, we're just going to get right into it. I just picked up a lot of stuff within the past month or so. I don't know how many books we're looking at. Maybe about 20 something books. I'll get right through it. Don't forget to check us out East Meets West on Sunday on Joker M21's channel. Don't forget to check out the New York Warriors on Monday. Don't forget to check out Thoro on every day that he's probably on. I'll try to remember to leave links to all these people. You got Spine Thicks, you got Drunkin Chat Son, you got Ultra Maximus, and the list goes on and on of a bunch of great YouTubers. All of these people you can learn comic advice from, and it's just a good time being part of the community. But this right here is just a simple comic book haul, so let's just get into this. The next two books, so this book here and the next one, I think I got those on Instagram. Forget the YouTuber, the Instagrammer's name, so my bad. But I wanted to pick this up, Champions #1. I think this is from Volume 2, second series. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, my bad. I'm just trying to pick up whatever I can for Champions right now. I see them as the future, not so much just in the MCU. Oh, let's get that back. Not just in the MCU, but really just in Marvel in general. I feel like this group of characters here is going to be a big deal down the road. Got to give it some time. Speaking of big deals down the road, I also picked this up. It's just a, I think this is second print, New Ages of Atlas. There's a bunch of first appearances in here. I think Luna Snow is one of them. Could be wrong. But yeah, a lot of great first appearances in here as well. Again, just kind of looking down the road, just trying to see what's out there, and just trying to secure the future of Marvel and DC as well. But I don't really have too many DC going on in this comic book haul. But anytime I can focus on the future of those characters, or future of the Marvel Universe or DC Universe, I definitely want to pick those books up, especially if it's first appearances or first full appearances or origin story, whatever it is. As far as new books, I didn't really get much. I got this one from Skeleton Comics. I ordered this way back. I'm a huge Jock fan, so I had to pick this up. It's a variant for Venom. I forget what number. All I knew is that it was Jock cover. I saw it. I liked it. Had to pick it up. Before I go into the next couple of books, basically I did have a little vacation. I went from one island to another. I didn't pick up a lot of crazy stuff. There's only one comic book shop on the Big Island, which is where I went to. He had this one, super rough shape, but was $4, so I just picked it up. Nova number 25. This is the last issue. Last issues are also great books to pick up. Last issues usually tend to be lower printed run, harder to find. So I saw this Nova number 25 from the first volume. And yeah, definitely had to pick it up. But what he did have on his wall, believe it or not, this is actually a wall book now, but is this double size. So you got first Helion and first Firestorm in continuity. It's not working out for me, my bad. So yeah, double size issue X-Men 193. More importantly, I think it's this one. It's not Firestorm's first appearance, but definitely hers in continuity. Wanted to pick this up again, just trying to invest in what potentially could be the future for this one. In this one might be more MCU or Disney Plus kind of a deal, so I wanted to pick that up. So that was on the Big Island. Believe it or not, that's all I really picked up. There was a bunch of $1 books I picked up. I didn't feel like I needed to put that in this comic haul. It was nothing crazy. More Instagram purchases. I think this one was from $10 Plus Comics. This one was a very interesting one. There's actually 4 first appearances as they redo the what do you want to say? I guess they get the first full appearances of 4 characters and they put them in this one. It might be a scarce book. It might be scarcer than I originally think because I can't find this anywhere on eBay, but I was able to pick one up. So it has the first appearances of Sinister, Gambit, Rogue, and Wolverine, all encased in this one comic. So all of their origin stories or first appearance stories are all in here. So whether it's Hulk 181 or Avengers Annual 10 or 266, it's all in here. And I thought that was really, really cool. So yeah, all of the stories are in here. But like I said, yeah, I don't really see them on eBay. So I thought, you know what the hell, I'll go pick it up. X-Men First. That's it. That's all I know about this. But it was a really scarce book to get, so I decided to pick it up. I really enjoy finding books that are really scarce, so what the hell not. I found this book for $10. Thought it was a good deal. Black Widow number 18, Copio variant. Just thought it was a really sick cover. Had to pick this up. Love having it. I found this one as well. Hulk Annual number 1 homage. So this is Spawn 229. Definitely a great book to pick up. All of the homages go for money, especially the black and white versions of the homages. Great deal on this. Picked it up super quick. I think he only wanted like 40 or 30. So considering that all of these kind of go for a good amount of money, especially with the Spawn homages, had to pick it up, no doubt. $10 Plus also had Miss Marvel number 17 in there as well. I've always liked this variant, just a whole lollipop variant. I thought it was really cool. Miss Marvel 17, the Resurrection with X-23 on. This was a hot book back in the days. I'm sure it's cooled down and all that stuff, but I've always enjoyed this cover. I saw he had it on for sale, really good price. Decided, you know what the hell, I'll go pick it up, right? What else did he have? He had this one. This was really cool. So Silk number 3 variant. The prices for this book goes all over the place. Silk is such a hot character right now. It's been hot for a while, but I think she's even more hot right now. So picked this up. Really sick variant. Love the cover on this thing. This thing presents beautifully, and yeah, it was at a really good price. But the one that I picked up that I was super stoked on was this one. It was only like $25. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but it's the first appearance of Vision. It's actually a first appearance of a lot of the people in the family for Vision. Now, since the Vision, I guess Disney Plus show has died out, I guess no one's really interested anymore, lost interest. And you know, honestly, that's the best time to pick up books. So, got this one, the Vision number 1, first appearance of Vision. Kind of referencing back to the whole Champions thing. You saw Vision in there. So again, first appearance. There's a lot of great variants for this book, and but first appearance, great price, had to pick it up. Why not? But this was the best book I probably found on Instagram for a phenomenal price. This book looks really, really good, and I just had to pick it up. So Captain America number 118. Yeah, it's in Mylar, but even if it wasn't in Mylar, I mean, this book presents beautifully for like a fine copy. Second appearance of the Falcon. I mean, again, anytime there's a lot of hype on movies, a lot of times the best time to pick up books for movies that I'm starting to realize is after the movies. So even with the Disney Plus, after all the Disney Plus is said and done, if you're still interested in those books or interested in the character, a lot of times it's just kind of nice to wait it out. So this is the second appearance of the Falcon. Super stoked on having this. Love this cover. Love the reds, the yellows, the greens. I mean, such an awesome, sick book to have, and love having this in my collection. So super stoked on having this. I think a couple of these next books I'm about to show is all eBay stuff. So when I was on the East Meets West podcast, we were talking about, I think, just Transformers and G.I. Joe, He-Man, all that stuff. So I kind of remembered, it kind of reminded me that I didn't really have this book. So Transformers Tales of the Fallen. So this is a Megan Fox photo variant. Believe it or not, this book goes for money, and it depends on who you buy it from. So sometimes if you're lucky, you can get this book for like about $70. But people do ask for it in upwards of like, I don't know, sometimes in the hundreds and the hundreds of dollars. But yeah, this book, believe it or not, goes for a pretty good amount of money. I got this on eBay, I think for $70. So I was super stoked on finding this one. I felt that was a great price because I know what this book can command, especially if you slab it and whatnot. So yeah, super happy to have that one. People were talking about, I guess, the whole new Wonder Woman kind of thing, Yara Flor, if that's how it's pronounced or whatnot. So I decided to pick up the Future State. I guess I did say I didn't have too much DC, and I'm still going to stand by that statement because I think these might be the only two DCs I picked up. But again, like I said, I'm a sucker for brand new first appearances and all of that. I don't care if it takes 10, 15, 20 years for them to become something, because a lot of times when and if they do become something, the books are worth a lot of money. So I figure the best way to go, the trend seems to be get the cover B, get the variant, and whatever their first appearances is. So yeah, Future State, Wonder Woman #1, first Yara Flor. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead, pick a couple of those up, and just leave them in the spec box. And you know, it might be there for another 10, 15, who knows how many years, but it'll be there, it'll be waiting, and if something happens, boom, keep one, turn one around, right? Why not? Why not? This next book actually wasn't eBay. It was actually a friend of mine who lives in France. So I have a buddy that lives in France, and he's able to kind of hook me up with all these European variants, stuff that's coming out, stuff that's not going to hit America, but everything that's happening in Europe side. He was telling me about this book. Now, I'm not the biggest Star Wars nerd. I don't know too much. Obviously, that's Yoda. I have no idea who she is. Like I said, I'm not the biggest one, but it was a Delato. It was a Star Wars. He gave me an absolute great price on this. It was a virgin cover. He asked me if I wanted one. I said yes. I had two other buddies that also wanted the book. I think they got their book, so super stoked that they got it. I got mine's. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for this one. Just super happy to have this one. I don't even know what the title of this thing is, but I'm just happy that I was able to get this from, like I said, my buddy in Europe. What else we got? Oh, so this one. So I don't know how I came across this book, but tell me this book isn't badass. So this is Lobo #3, New 52. This is a variant. Yeah, you know, sometimes I just buy books, honestly, based on covers. I actually buy a lot of books based on covers. And I came across this Lobo #3, and I thought this was such a sick-ass cover. It doesn't go for much now, and I don't know if there's any reason for it to even go up. There's no significance to this book. It is a 1 in 25 variant from Manipool. That's pretty much about it. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm not too sure I came across this. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, yo, why don't you hook me up for 2 of those? And so I bought 2. And all it is just really a New 52. I will say one thing about DC and New 52. When it comes to DC and New 52, they had some of the best variants out there. And I'm talking about from almost every title. Especially with the I would say Batgirl, Batman, Wonder Woman. They had a lot of great stuff going on New 52. You could tell like the creators was just getting, well, creative. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. New Rebirths, the 52s, New Rebirth variants, the cover Bs are really awesome. Really great stuff. Super underrated. I think people should be picking up cover Bs in the Rebirth just to pick them up, because I think down the road those books will be highly sought after. It might take 10 years, it might take 15 years, but those are the kind of books that I feel like it's going to start popping, getting hot. But New 52 variants right now are super hot, and I found this Lobo #3 and just really super stoked to have it. This next set of books I think actually came from Instagram as well. I forget who I bought this from. No, you know what? This was from Comics to Sell. So Comics to Sell is actually, if some of you old school podcast listeners might know, Koi Cakes. So Koi Cakes and another buddy of his, and from the Unpressable Defects, they actually have an Instagram sell site. So Comics to Sell, in Huck Lee, Age of Ultron. I'll buy this every single time I see it. If I see this every single time at a cheap price, in Huck Lee, Red Hulk, Age of Ultron, I will buy this every single freaking time, as long as I get it at a great price. They had it at a great price. I picked it up. Venom, Return of Carnage. I'm sure, not Return of Carnage, but There Will Be Carnage is coming out real soon. I don't know if people remember, but this comic was only available during the AMC theaters. I think it was only during the grand opening. You could only get that during that one time when the Venom was showing in AMC. You guys remember theaters? You guys remember going to movies? Nobody does that anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. COVID. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Does YouTube ding you for that? But yeah, anyway. So Venom, AMC. Yeah, you got these free as long as you went to an AMC theater. There's no AMC theaters here in Hawaii, so I never actually got this book. I think I bought it on eBay a while back, but so here's another one that I just picked up, and because they had it. So yeah, super stoked. What else did they have? Got this Guardians of the Galaxy. Honestly, just a cover buy for Frank Cho. Honestly, just simple cover buy. That's about it. This one though, first appearance of Singularity, had to pick this up. A-Force number 1. I also picked up volume 2, but I'm not too sure why. But anyway, so let's stay focused on this one. First appearance of Singularity. Again, a lot of modern stuff. First appearances, definitely picked it up. This is the all women's Avengers kind of deal. I think it's on par with what's going on in the world today. I think this is something that could happen, should happen, may happen. So A-Force number 1, definitely picked it up. Again, one of those books, I picked it up, spec box, hang on to it. Nothing happens, no big deal. I didn't pay much. If something happens, hey, who knows what I might do with it. There are variants for this cover, but I just figure, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick up the first print for now. But he did have some really cool books that, and I'm not going to say it's a stealth buy, but one of them I feel was pretty stealthy. And I'll show you which one it is. So he had, on Comics to Sell, a bunch of these, I forget what they're called. I don't know if it's called a frame or just 70-year anniversary or whatever it is. But he had a couple of these. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. So he had the Cable one, which I thought was really awesome. He had the Captain America one with Black Widow. Again, I'm just trying to pick up Black Widow stuff because I know her, I guess her popularity kind of faded down since the movie didn't come up. So I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick them up. But now as the trailers start coming back more and more, I notice her books are getting more popular. So I'm glad I purchased this about a month or 2 months before, and got this one. But there was one, and I feel bad because Koi Cakes is actually kind of a buddy of mine. He had one, and I think he only wanted like 10 or 15 bucks for it. I claimed that sucker so fast on Instagram. I was all like, yo, claim and I'll pay right now, because I didn't want anybody backtrack. But he had this one on his Instagram webpage. So Black Panther number 7. And this book is not a $10 to $15 book. I forgot what I got this at. Somewhere around there. Definitely not a $10 to $15 book with Shuri on it. Yo, I don't know what's going to happen with the Black Panther movie. There's a lot of speculation, right? Is it Shuri? Is it somebody else who's going to be Black Panther? No one really knows. We have a lot of great speculations, a lot of great ideas. I am all for Shuri because I think it's such a great idea. Again, it's on par with what's going on in the world today as far as diversity, as far as getting more women involved in movies and all that stuff. And I'm all for it. And I think this is on par. Unfortunately, it had to happen the way it did. But, yo, this book goes for money. Stealth buy on Instagram. Doesn't happen too often. Super stoked to have it, though. Speaking of Instagram, this was not an Instagram buy, but this was a book that I did see on Instagram. Somebody had it, and I'm all like, yo, I got to pick that book up. Don't know the artist. And to be honest, sorry about the crappy bags. Look at that. I didn't even change the bags out. But whatever. Anyway, I didn't buy it for this. This came in a set of 2 books. I actually bought it for this book right here. I thought this book was banging, yo. And again, pure cover buy. Like, I don't have to give you. But there's 2 reasons why that I bought the book, and you can tell why I did. Dwindling down to the rest of the books. I think these were either Instagram buys, eBay buys. I'm not too sure what they were. Really super stoked on finding this one, Voltrum Dynamite #1. Just this variant, really hard book to find in the wild. You might be able to find it on eBay. I don't know what the asking price is, but because we're talking about nostalgic stuff, I really went and dug deep into books that I haven't really kept up on. One of them was Voltron, and I was able to find this black and white one. So black and white, Voltron Dynamite #1. Super stoked on having this. I think I only got this for like $20, which is a phenomenal deal. On this website that I peruse every once in a while, I found this. This is the variant for Mighty Avengers #1, first appearance of Spectrum. But I found the Deadpool one. There's another variant that's harder to find than this one. This one is fully covered. The one that you probably want is the one where it's like half colored, half black and white. That's the one that's worth a little bit more, but still yet, I think this character is going to be huge. I think this character is coming up in the MCU. They kind of highlighted it in the Disney Plus show. So definitely waiting on this to be even more important than it is right now. People are already specking on it. They're already like, it's not even really a spec. They're like, yo, this is going to happen, but it hasn't fully happened. So people are kind of sleeping on this book still a little bit. They're still kind of sleeping on it. I'm like, yo, I'm going to pick it up and find a good price. Again, getting back to what I was saying, really investing in the future of Marvel, DC, whatever it is, first appearances, and everybody's all good with Gwen, everybody's good with Kamala Khan, everybody's good with Miles Morales, etc. But I don't really hear too much about this guy, Sam Alexander. So again, right now, this particular variant done by Art Adams. Now, let's be honest, the black and white one does go for a lot more money. But since I'm not going to chase that one down right now, unless I find it maybe out there in the wild for super cheap, since I'm going to chase it, I'm going to grab this as many times as I can. Marvel .1, variant #1, first appearance of Sam Alexander. This is I'm not too sure if it's a 1 in 10, 1 in 25. I'm not too sure what it is. But this variant goes for money right now. Actually, let me rewind the tape on that. Right now, a lot of people are kind of sleeping on this book. Sam Alexander, I think, will happen. It was some way, somehow, Sam Alexander is going to be huge. If they're already moving forward with Gwen and Miles and all this stuff, Sam Alexander is right there. He's right there in the group. And I think it's something that needs to be fully invested in. So why not pick up 2 more copies? I already have, I think, 3 copies of these. Now this is another 2, and you know what, just fully invested in it and throw it in a spec box. Not even really a spec, really. The only thing that's going to help blow this up even more is some kind of MCU thing. If MCU doesn't happen, as long as the books are written well, as long as they keep them in the comics and stuff, this book's going to go for money. Again, the black and white one is definitely the one you probably want long-term investment wise, but that book's kind of uku bucks right now, so not buying that. And last book that we have is I found this, and again, going back to Instagram. One thing I love about Instagram, people are showing books kind of like a comic book haul. Not a lot of people on YouTube are doing comic book hauls. You still got some great people, Gomez, King of the Golden State, other great people still doing comic book hauls, but you don't see it as much. You see a lot more podcasts and whatnot. So Instagram right now is kind of like my comic book haul. Really get to see what people are putting out there, whether it's Top Variant Tuesdays or something Wednesday, something Thursday, whatever it is. But people love showing their books on Instagram, and I love seeing it. And somebody showed this. So this is a Peach Momoko Tarna. I think this is the #1. Had to get this book. Does not go for a lot of money. Just was a pure cover by. Absolutely love this thing. I bought the set because I had to have the virgin cover as well. So yeah, super stoked on everything that I bought. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Hope you had a good time. I tried to make it as fast as possible, but you know how I am. So yeah, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I want to know what was your favorite book in this comic book haul. Hopefully you made it through all of this. Other than that, have a great week, have a great weekend, and shoots and mahalos.